What's up, everybody? Welcome to Pop Culture Paradise here on KBVR Corvallis. As always, I am your host, Griffin, and last week, if you were watching, I had some guests on the show. It was chaotic. It was fun. So what did I decide to do? I decided to bring guests back. So everybody, introduce yourself. Tell us where you are from and all that fun stuff.
All right, so my name is Jared Dukes. I'm the producer here at KBVR for the TV section for the Challenger game show and video game show. It's a fun time.
I'm Alexander Niebuhr. I primarily work on Split Screen, primarily doing their audio, and I also do a podcast here at Orange Media Network called Decent at Best.
All right, I'm Nick Miller. I am a radio DJ, DJ Mantooth with Second Verse No Worse, and I also host The Challenger, the gaming show that Jared is the producer of. So, you know, we got a good thing going here.
I'm Tyler Payne. I'm new to OMN, so I'm just trying to, learn what goes on here and make friends. It's kind of fun. These people are okay, I guess.
Could you call it kind of funny?
Decent.
I was going to make that joke.
This is why I butted in, because you're not allowed to make that joke on this show. I have the power here, you do not. All right, everybody. So, as you know, here on Pop Culture Paradise, we love to talk about gamings. And by we, I mean me, because I am normally the only one on the show.
Well, brag about it.
Things have been... It's my show. It's my show.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
Are you sure about that?
You know what? Not really.
John
after
Cena
last
face
week.
on a wall. Are you sure about that?
Okay, so I sent a video out to the four of you,
Yes.
and I want to
Yep.
just brief the people watching or listening back at their wonderful, wonderful homes as to what actually is going on. There is a video over on the Kinda Funny Games YouTube channel, and it's really cool. I recommend everyone goes see and watches it. It's called Politics, Social Issues, and Video Games. It's an episode of their show, Colin Was Right. I sent it out to all of you guys to watch it. Basically, it talks about politics and games and whether or not they should be. Just brief thoughts to the three of you that watched it. I assume the three of you all watched it. I know Jared did not.
Swish.
What do you guys think of it
shout-out.
to start out with?
Wait, me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I kind of was laughing. No, it was actually a really interesting thing. Talked about how storytelling was like not going to be it wouldn't be as complex if we were so concerned about people's opinions about things and try to create like safe spaces because every story needs to have something that's going against the hero and kind of like a way to I'm trying to think of like the semantics or the words for it, but like a syntax, yes.
Computer science.
Computer science. Woo! I'm a CS major. So that just completely ruined the flow. But
I do hear.
just the way that the user can get engaged, the way that they can feel that their enemy is based off the player's own beliefs, and it's just an interesting like topic and just a cool thing to explore and a cool idea to explore. And I found it really interesting and really informative.
Awesome. Nick?
Yeah, what I thought was most interesting was how he used that comparison to The Last of Us.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for
towards
sure.
the end there, and how once you learned about Ellie's sexuality in that DLC,
Yeah.
you had already cared enough about. You'd already developed a relationship, so
Well, like with this
that-
particular video, it just timed out perfectly with Neil Druckmann. Had been in a Twitter argument with some random person. I looked into it, and this person actually deleted their Twitter.
Oh, wow.
jeez.
Yeah, because they just got so much backlash. But what he had written to
got
this guy
roasted.
was writers work off their views of the world. For example, the ending of The Last of Us is very much inspired by my personal politics. So, like, just the timing of that.
Yeah, it's interesting how the fear of backlash can affect art in a lot of ways. I see that happening a lot in music because I keep up with a lot of music news, and there are a lot of artists who are afraid of putting out certain songs or putting out a music video because of its content, and I think that's not the kind of creative sphere that we should have. I don't think anyone should be afraid to put out something that they wholeheartedly believe in because of backlash on the internet.
And Tyler?
I like the how he mentioned that video games are an art form, and that
sure.
without like putting in social issues or anything, it would kind of become stagnant, and it wouldn't be allowed to evolve as an art form. And that's something that I think people tend to kind of get away from. They just want to play a video game, and they're like, I just want to play this because it's fun. I don't want it to have any underlying motives. Just make me a fun game. And while there are those games out there that are just like, hey, just a game, have fun, nothing.
Star Wars, for instance.
Star Wall. Great game.
Star
It
Wars
is
living in the
important for video games to
I guess it's
test kind of social issues, because it helps really great games sometimes challenge social issues. Like The Last of Us was the great example, and I'm trying to think of another one, but I can't.
Bioshock.
Bioshock. That was
Bioshock
Oh yeah,
is
for sure.
one of my favorite games of all time. Very much based off of Ayn Rand's writing. Have any of you guys read any of
Ayn Rand?
I've looked
Yeah.
What's a book?
it.
What is reading?
Yeah, I can't.
I understand
what is-
PDF.
You guys, I talked about this last night. I love Ayn Rand.
Yeah.
I love her writing. This is not a reading show, though. One
Books are for
second.
nerds.
Shoutouts.
I'm just moving this.
I like books.
Okay, now I can see everybody.
Hey.
Jared, I think you can get the gist of what.
Yeah,
it's about
I've
now.
definitely got the gist of it. And I think that's a really important distinction that Tyler made with the art form with video games. And something that goes along with art that I struggle with myself and I see other people struggling with is how you make it so it's art that you want to make and gets the issues out that you want to talk about, but it's still something that other people want to listen to, read, experience. And in the cases of video games, that's really important because it is so commercialized and so dependent on the money portion of it. So I think that's where a lot of that struggle comes from, and something that needs to be tackled a little bit more head on and addressed, I think.
I think we kind of have some games doing it. So like we brought up The Last of Us, which absolutely is like a completely political game. But for me, one of the biggest ones for this is Gone Home.
Oh
yeah.
Because like it's about spoilers for people that haven't played it. Because I don't like spoiling this game, but I feel like I want to hear. Nick, you haven't played it?
No, not yet.
Okay,
I-
leave the room for a second. You can come back. You
I
guys can
haven't
leave the
played
room
it
for a second.
either, so
Okay, you're not
But-
going to play it, I don't think. Do you care about spoilers, Tyler? Oh, what?
I've seen Let's Plays for it,
Oh.
so
Okay,
I've seen this.
Now that Nick has left, we're actually just going to lock the door and not let him in.
There's no lock.
No, for those of you that don't know, game Gone Home is about a girl coming back to her home from a trip abroad, finding that her parents are gone on a camping trip and her sister has run away. Well, it turns out this is based in, I think, the 70s in Portland, actually.
Yes, it is.
It turns out that her
Or no,
sister was
95.
gay.
Okay.
And she had this relationship with another girl, and her parents didn't approve of it, so she ran away. Okay, that's the end of the spoilers. Spoilers are over. Nick, you can come back in.
not even too many spoilers right there. Just-
Well, I mean, it's the entire plot of the game.
yeah,
so it's
I
not-
guess so.
No, but like it was really controversial when it first came out because it was just following this storyline.
Right. And now
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that's a common thing now, but it's definitely been done since.
It's definitely been
to
done with
great
stuff like
effect.
That Dragon Cancer.
That Dragon
or
Cancer
Virginia.
or Firewatch.
Firewatch.
Would you say Stanley Parable?
That Dragon
I'd
Cancer
say
just destroyed
Stanley
me.
Parable's kind of its
Stanley
own thing.
Parable is kind of its own thing
Yeah.
in the way that it's presented, but it's also
It's more comedy than kind of serious talk.
Well, I mean, also
Right.
Papers, Please.
Papers, Please. Yeah.
Did you guys play Papers, Please?
Yeah, I did.
I watched a playthrough.
A little bit.
I know the name.
Yeah, I know the name. I've never actually played it, but I always hear about this game.
I played it all the way through. It's really interesting. So basically, you're just there at kind of a dictatorship of some kind, and you're there at border patrol,
Yeah.
just letting people pass or not pass.
If they have a valid, what's the
Papers?
passport?
passport,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
So if they have their papers, please. But if they have that passport, like you have to make that call based off of requirements that they show at the top of the screen saying these people can pass, these people can't. And over the course of the game, these requirements get a little bit more absurd to the point where you're only letting in people of I can't remember exactly, but you're looking at their license and they have like a certain hat on. Those people can't pass. So it's kind of a commentary on just racial
Fear.
fear, exactly.
Topical.
Right, really topical. That kind of stuff.
Guys, Papers, Please is now needs to make a resurgence. Everyone go buy Papers, Please.
Yes.
Actually, I can't. Actually, I'm
$10
not supposed
on
to say that on
Steam.
air. I'm not supposed to say that on air. I'm not endorsed by them, but it is a wonderful game. Apparently,
It is a wonderful game.
would you recommend
and-
it?
Yeah, I'd recommend Papers, Please.
Perfect.
because
That's all I
the-
needed to hear. I am now safe.
Awesome. The other great thing that I would say about it is that the game mechanics themselves and how you're like punching it down, like there's a lot of force to it, and it actually is quite challenging as a game. So unlike Gone Home or Firewatch, where it's basically just a walking simulator that's really artistic and fun, like there's actually really good gameplay involved with it as well.
You know, for not having watched that video earlier, he did mention Firewatch in it, so
Yeah,
it was
he did
interesting
mention
that
Firewatch
you
multiple
pulled that
times.
out.
I follow quite a bit of the gaming news.
Yeah, I think most of us in here do.
Yeah, I try.
No, I have a couple other games I have listed in my notes on this. Papers, Please is one of them. Last of Us, Witcher 3. Witcher 3, like, it's a lot about the politics of different countries going to war with each other.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Like, my favorite part of Witcher 3, did you guys play Witcher?
I haven't gotten around to
Negative.
it.
It's on the list.
On the list. Tyler.
No.
Jared.
Yeah, I'm playing through Witcher 3 right now, actually.
Okay, like, the story, for at least in my mind, because I never really focused on the main story in Witcher, because I just couldn't. There's just too much going on.
Yeah,
I focused a lot on the side quests and the different stories you get there.
that's where it's all at, man.
But a lot of them are about the politics of everything going on.
It really is.
And I found that really cool. Let's see.
Just a real quick, an interesting game that managed to sneak in way before the idea of social justice was really a big thing, a very mainstream thing. I mean, was Mass Effect.
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
you could
yeah.
have homosexual relationships in that game with members of your crew, which I thought was really
Yeah, and they never
yeah.
pointed it out.
Yeah,
they kind of just let it be.
They
there.
never were like,
Yeah.
"Hey, look at us, we're doing this great thing." It's just like, yeah, that's an option,
Right.
which I thought was really cool and really progressive for that
sure.
time.
Yeah.
Keep talking.
Okay.
Because video games are typically very a lot of like mainstream video games like Call of Duty and Battlefield are very macho, very masculine based, very cisgendered, I guess, in terms of their quote unquote emotional relationship stuff.
right.
Yeah.
That's the technical term. So yeah, I think something like that coming out and doing something that gutsy is really impressive at that time.
For sure.
It really is.
So I just want to point this out. This was pointed out in the video we all watched. Of course, you can find the video on my Twitter at Graffiti Pad Channels plug. But we're focusing. Guilty as charged. Jared's being muted. Okay.
Why'd you mute Jared?
Yeah,
Alex said it.
he didn't say anything.
Alex is now muted.
Wow. No, get out of here.
Okay, no, this is, like I said, this was mentioned in the video, but when we're talking about politics, I feel like this does need to be mentioned. There's the typical everyone goes to politics, government, all that. The politics we're specifically talking about, though, is small p politics. If you look it up on dictionary.com, it's numbers 4 and 5. Political methods or maneuvers just being arrived, but basically principles or opinions just in terms of like social ideas and that. I feel like that should be important. I probably should have said that at the beginning of the show.
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, we aren't talking about like Mr. President or anything like that, right?
I mean, we could. We'll get into that in the later half of the show.
All right, for sure.
Other games I have on my list, Fallout.
oh yeah, for sure.
Fallout is definitely like really political.
Setting up a whole new economy.
I think Fallout is much more satirical than like overtly political.
Well, no, that's a lot of games when they talk about like political ideas. I mean, look at GTA.
That's true. That's true. I just something I love is just their complete satire of like American excellence and
Yeah.
It is hilarious.
it's like we're gonna conquer the world, and that 50s like watch out for the Reds now.
Yeah.
Wait, hold up. Can you do that voice again?
Yeah, I know that was
Absolutely,
great.
watch out for the Reds, boys.
Okay, guys. Nick now needs to just be the voice for everything.
Voice for everything. Yeah,
He's just always the announcer now.
You have to use that voice on the Challenger for the entire episode.
If that's okay with Jared and I don't lose my job, yeah.
I mean, of course.
Yay!
But spoilers for the next episode. Final game I got on my list. Actually, one of my favorite games, BioShock. We talked about this already, though. Like with Iron Man
Yeah,
and
a little
stuff. Another piece of my notes. Gamergate. You guys remember that?
I do remember Gamergate.
yeah, that was a thing.
That was definitely a thing. It was very much the keep politics out of our games. That whole movement.
Was that the entirety of it?
Well, that was not the entirety of it, but that's kind of the part I'm focusing on for
happened
this
to that?
episode. You know what? It's still around. Every once in a, there is still like a hashtag Gamergate.
There's
still gets stuff
resurgence
daily.
every once in a while.
Yeah, and I hop onto it every once in a while for amusement. Yeah.
The popcorn,
On what
watch the
side?
chaos.
I'm joking.
Pure chaos.
Nice.
No, I got some notes here. There's
Chaotic
definitely
neutral.
a lot of things, and it goes back to this video we keep talking about. Objectivity in games criticism. Everybody wanted, like, things need to follow a scale in reviews. That's why we need to have numbers and stuff like that.
How do you feel about numbers?
I hate
game
numbers in game
ratings?
reviews.
Yeah.
So this is my thoughts on game reviews. They should not be numbered,
Yep.
first off. I am one of the few people I know that doesn't just scroll down to the bottom of the game review to look at the number.
Yeah.
I actually sit there and read what they wrote, because that's where the review is.
Right, you
The
don't get
review is
anything
their
from that
thoughts
number.
on the game.
Yeah, the game could be like a 7 out of 10, but if you read it, it's like, oh, it's got a great story and the characters are good. It's just this part wasn't as good as it could have been, but it's like, well, I really care about story and characters, so this game would probably be great for me.
Yeah, I
Right.
like with IGN. A little
IGN
while
10
back,
out of
they
10.
did this. They kind of just did this and didn't tell anyone. They used to have bullet points for what was
Yeah.
happening, and they didn't work at all. Like the bullet points, like looked good, but they didn't encompass what was actually written. They were kind of just there.
So they were just bullet points.
It was
of,
just
like,
they're
the
bullet
main
points of the
highlights.
Yeah,
Yeah.
these are the good things.
Like one of the things, this was back when Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire came out, was the review for it wrote that there's too much water in the game. Like it's based around water. I get it's an island. She understood that. But at the end of the day, there's too many water Pokemon, too much swimming, all of that.
It's a recreation of Pokemon Ruby, Sapphire, and maybe Emerald. So
Not so much Emerald.
not so much Emerald, but
well, the end game is. But that's beside the point. Anyways, one of the bullet points for it was just too much water.
yeah.
And like that was all of it. It wasn't explained at all what it was. It was just that.
I wonder if IGN did the same thing for
For Wind Waker.
no for
Too much water.
Too much water.
I'm gonna look both
Ironically
those up
enough,
now.
in Sun and Moon, they have like this little camera mode, and after you take a picture, people will like there will be comments will come up about the picture. One of
yeah.
them is because it was given an 8 out of 10. One of the comments is too much water, 8 out of 10, and it's like the I don't know made out of emojis.
I remember that.
trying to justify what they already knew about
Yeah.
the
It
game.
was actually really funny though. Like,
I think
yeah.
I think that camera mode's funny because they like bring it up in the beginning. They're like, oh, you can do this and all that.
You know
And then
you
it's
never
never
want to
mentioned
do it.
again. And it's really inconvenient to try to do it at any other point because because it like stops and you have to look around. And it's like, if you want to complete it, you have to take like 6 pictures.
Oh boy.
And then it like is like,
Yeah.
okay. And then we'll pick the best one. And it's like, well, can't they
and
just
like
take
they
one?
all look the same.
Yeah, they all look the same because if you move too far, it won't let you do it or something. It's like, why would you put this in? And then it has no function in the story. So you're just kind of like, well, it just seems like an extra thing you threw in that.
Just tack this on last minute.
Yeah.
Just for funsies.
Yeah, just to have another like
It was purely
different.
for the fans of Pokemon Snap.
Oh. Yeah.
Because that game actually had fans, even though it was terrible.
Well, but the camera functionality that came back for X and Y, didn't it?
I don't know. I don't
seem to
actually remember.
that there was something to do with the camera. Yeah. Well, I knew you could take pictures of your character and like put that up to the internet.
Yeah, but I don't think you could ever take pictures of
Of
Pokemon
like just
in
the
wildlife.
world, maybe not.
Yeah, of like the actual.
Well, I mean, you can
in-game
take a
world.
picture of the screen with your phone,
High quality.
and that's what Nintendo used to do for sharing. Everybody.
Yeah.
Still do.
Oh boy, Nintendo, please.
Nintendo, don't fail me. Back to notes because
Yeah, we kind of like went off for a little bit.
Oh, that's
so-
right. You weren't on last week.
Oh boy.
Last week was one big tangent.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, no, we started on Marvel games and we ended up at Pepsi Man somehow.
and we went through Burger King.
I mean,
to get
Yeah,
there.
Burger King, the Burger King games we got there.
Oh, I thought you
Taco
guys
Boy.
got food at Burger King.
Oh yeah, no, we went.
see
we
what
left
happened-
mid show and got.
Burger King after
To
this?
see what happened last week, go to youtube.com/gravydpad. Shameless plug.
Plugged.
No, the last game I want to bring up is one I've been playing recently. I don't think any of you have been playing it, so it might be difficult to talk about this, but I'm talking about it anyways.
Is it on the Vita?
It's called. No, it's not on the Vita. Although it did originate on the Vita.
Okay.
Vita. This is Gravity Rush 2.
Oh no, haven't played it, but I'm really interested.
It is really good.
I heard you mention it. But
I mention it all the time because
Yeah.
It's like the reason I want a PS4 right now.
there's better
Okay.
games on the PS4, but
I just
There are
want a
other things.
PS4 just to have one.
Yeah.
all hail Sony.
PC Master Race.
PC can go die in a hole.
Whoa.
Whoa.
No, I
But consider this. No.
I do
that point.
give PC its dues. I do play a couple games. I have Ultimate Spider-Man for PC. I also play Overwatch on PC and Recore. But the cool thing about Gravity Rush is it starts off your character Kat. She's like in this new world, and there's a huge class struggle going on in it. And then a bunch of stuff happens, and the reigning powers all die.
Right.
They all get killed off, and they have to figure out what to do after that. And it's really cool because it talks about being built up, and it's being built up by another one of the main characters, but you never actually do it. You kind of are just there seeing it all happen. And it's really interesting.
I really like that idea of just like the perspective of a person on the ground, like not actually involved in the conflict.
Yeah. And she causes a lot of the conflict. Don't
I'm
get me
sure,
wrong, because it's
but-
Kat, and Kat messes everything up.
Not the political side though.
No, she just causes mass chaos.
Yeah.
Something interesting is a game that I think is an example of trying to hit on a social issue, but doing it kind of ham-fistedly. You know,
Poorly, you mean?
poorly. Yeah.
I love that term.
Yeah.
Ham-fistedly.
Ham-fistedly.
Anyway,
We are punching pigs now.
is the Deus Ex the most recent Deus Ex game?
Mankind Divided.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
they're trying so it's like as subtle as the Matrix, you know, with its commentary. You know, it's like just like if you want to do that, try to take care to be as subtle as you can. And try not to hit people over the head with it, because gamers aren't dumb. You know, they can figure the subtleties out if they want.
I don't know. I'm not the smartest cookie in the bundle.
I mean, hey, don't sell yourself short.
You're the cookie that no one wants to eat.
Hey,
Oatmeal raisin.
Jeez, we are these
I'm with you guys. Oatmeal raisin is good.
I like oatmeal
I'm back on Twitter at the moment.
Are you live tweeting? Oh God.
No, I'm not live.
Is your name
tweeting.
Sarah?
I really hope that she's listening to this.
Hi, Sarah.
She'll probably text me right now and be like, "Hey, make sure you retweet and like my tweets."
Shameless plug of the moment. Please like and retweet anything from OC Split Screen.
Yeah.
I'm scared of Sarah, so I have to say that.
Aren't we all?
No, back on Twitter, Neil Druckmann has come out to say something else again.
Ooh, nice.
Moral philosophical positions lead to laws. Therefore, moral philosophical arguments at the core of stories are inherently political. That basically just confirms everything we were saying earlier.
Wait, that's saying that more games are coming out as political, or that's saying
political, everyone has an opinion. Share your opinion, basically.
okay,
Yeah,
that's
no,
his
for sure.
stance.
That's kind of how I'm taking. But where is this tweet? I saw this the other day.
It's probably on Twitter.
That's a good place to start.
And
Just in
these
case.
are tweets from the person who had the original video from
From Kind of Funny.
Kind of Funny, yeah.
I'm not looking at his Twitter. It's just a Twitter. It's a tweet he mentioned at one point.
Okay.
It was from. I'm gonna stop looking for it. Actually, it's from the Twitter at ROM2064. For those of you who don't know, there's a game out now called 2064 Read Only Memories.
Ooh.
It's pretty
surely
cool.
didn't
It's like
know.
a neo future. Takes
I
place.
thought it was
You're
a text-based
journalist.
adventure.
No, it is.
I
Wait,
didn't.
what?
It is a text-based adventure, but it takes place in a neo future of San Francisco, and you're a journalist, and you meet this robot, and a bunch of stuff happens. I am haven't started it yet.
Sounds dope.
Okay, so someone's gonna have to play that for me because I didn't graduate from the first grade, so I can't read.
How are you
English
here?
is hard.
Well, you see,
This is a story all about how his life got turned upside down.
got turned upside down.
Text speech converter.
Hey, nope, we can't. That's copyrighted.
Yeah, I know. I realized that halfway through.
6 seconds.
Yeah, that's kind
Yeah,
of
as long as it's not 6 seconds long or more, I think we're
See,
good.
here's what you do. You just cut.
We'll just change words out. Feel the soul flowing through you.
Yeah.
The soul. Oh, guys, I'm so close. I'm on Reddit now.
Wow. Okay.
Careful.
That's close to Twitter, where you said this was.
You might want to check Instagram just to be safe.
You know, check all the
I
things.
told you
MySpace?
guys, I found it.
MySpace?
MySpace is coming back. Like, I swear.
Hey, my top 8 friends, I update that daily on MySpace.
So here's the
Nice.
tweet that they said. And note that this is very much leaning to one side. I am staying neutral in all of this, though. The people at 2064 tweeted out, if you voted for Trump and supported his fascist regime, please don't play your game. Just go F off.
Oof.
And then a smiley face emoticon, because that makes everything
Hello.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah. As much as I respect them and respect this game that they've made, that's too far.
Yeah.
So this was the developers of which game?
2064 read-only memories.
Okay, this
a
is
small
2064.
little indie game.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
That's-
And there's a lot of people. One person responded, I just refunded your game on Steam. I'm now going to go post a bad review. If you're going to throw around accusations of fascism, at least spell the word correctly. Oh, yeah, they did spell it wrong. That's kind of amusing. It got a lot of backlash. We definitely wanted to make a subversive game and introduce people to queer themes. For sure, maybe that was naive. This is them speaking. The time for peaceful asking for inches is over. It's war now. So they're definitely taking a specific side with all
War
of this.
never
Yeah, no
changes.
kidding.
Whoa.
And bringing it back to Fallout.
Everything is Fallout.
Life is fun.
Wow. That's a pretty big move for an
thought
indie
life was
developer to
Caterpillar.
make.
Yeah, they've been getting a lot of fire lately. They said to the guy from the video you guys watched, basically, we can't control who plays our game, but we can control what we say. They've taken a very much "this is war" stance to it. Why they've gone so far, I don't know.
They feel passionately about it, I guess.
Yeah.
But, I mean, up for you to decide if that's the correct stance to take.
Yeah.
Oh, only time will tell.
Yeah,
Without the
really.
truth. And with that, we are going to take a quick break, give you some game music, listen to some PSAs. You guys know how it is here on the radio. Thank you all for watching Pop Culture Paradise on KBVR Corvallis, and we will be right back.
Not sure what happened last night? The Oregon State University Survivor Advocacy and Resource Center provides safe and confidential support to all university community members affected by sexual, intimate partner, or dating violence. Even if you're not sure what happened, SARC advocates will listen, give you information about your choices and your rights, refer you to additional services, and support your decisions. SARC is located in room 311 of the Plagueman Student Health Center. For more information, you can call 541-737-2030 or visit studenthealth.oregonstate.edu.
Of course, our kids should eat fresh, healthy foods, but there's no supermarket nearby.
I wish we were closer to good health care because of our son's asthma.
And closer to nice homes, decent schools, but
we have none of these resources.
Many variables can shape children's lives, like the zip code where they grow up. Learn how you can help improve your community at HUD.gov/fair housing. Fair housing, shared opportunity in every community. A public service message from HUD in partnership with the National Fair Housing Alliance.
All right, those were the PSAs for the NFHA, National Fair Housing Agency, and the Survivor Advocacy and Resource Center at KBVR. Not gonna lie, I just grabbed two that I just saw there. Alex, you were bringing something up though during the break.
Yeah, I wanted to talk a little bit about how Mirror's Edge and Mirror's Edge Catalyst kind of like depict this utopian city, and the main characters are kind of like fighting against that throughout the plot, and it's bringing up this utopian world, but it's kind of dystopian in a way, and I don't know, it was just a kind of similar to kind of the topics we were going on. Have any of you guys actually like played Mirror's Edge or Mirror's Edge Catalyst?
Mirror's Edge is one of my favorite games,
Oh,
but I've
it's
never
great.
touched Catalyst.
Yeah.
Why haven't we had it on the Challenger yet? Why did you just bring up this idea today?
It's been an idea floating around for a while, but logistics,
Yeah.
Yeah. Parkour's a little bit difficult.
I have stories.
Where's Parkour Club?
Actually, I got a story for you guys on this parkour tangent.
Parkour club?
God, I
Do
hope
we?
so.
I imagine we do. I can't
Hold up, I'm pulling this up on.
So once upon a
SLI.
time, I was in 8th grade. I think we all
Really?
I think we all remember how stupid we were back
Does
then.
this story end in a
I was
face
a
plant?
genius.
This does end in a face plant.
Yes.
It ends in a very bad face plant. This was back when parkour was a huge thing.
Parkour.
And a couple of my friends were doing it, and I got into it with them. And we were at the school park, and we decided, let's vault this bench. The thing about that day is it was rainy.
Oh,
And
no.
the bench was very slippery. And when I went to do it, I face planted into bark chips.
Oh, no.
And when I got up, I straight up looked like Two-Face.
Oh,
Like just
I
half of
actually
my
had a really
face
similar
was cut
injury
up
to
and
that.
stuff. I didn't feel any pain from it though because the adrenaline had been going. So all day I didn't feel anything. The next morning I wake up. What is this pain? That was a rough day.
I was kind of lame. My version of parkour was just running really quickly around my neighborhood.
Gotta go fast.
Naruto run with your arms
No,
stretched out behind your
I
back, you
saw
know?
Naruto running in
This is what
elementary
happens when I bring
school.
trash on the show. Talking about you, Alex.
Wait, but I haven't said anything.
You've been muted. No, you got that up now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait.
Oh, yeah, we
what-
were still on Mirror's Edge. Did you guys play it?
I played it. I don't own it. I don't know about Catalyst at all.
I never played Mirror's Edge.
So I played the mobile game. Does that count?
I didn't know there was a
There's
mobile
a
game.
mobile
was.
game?
There's
That
a mobile
sounds
game because I
great.
didn't. This was I
Oh,
didn't
Jared, you
know
sound
that
so
there was a
enthused.
console game until a few
It's
years
EA.
ago. So when
You didn't know there
so
was
I
a
didn't
console
know I
game.
didn't know that Mirror's Edge was a console game until Mirror's Edge Catalyst was
So
announced.
you thought the mobile game was all you had, and that was the peak.
No.
This is the
I didn't
pinnacle of
think it was a
technology.
We've done it.
I'm just done. I'm done. I'm muting my mic and I'm just leaving the show. It's all in your hands.
Yay.
Okay, bye.
I can't actually leave you here. I mean,
Yeah, I know.
theoretically, Nick could run the
I
show,
could technically cover for you.
but
I got this.
I don't know.
So,
I don't know.
I'm really trying to find this.
yeah,
Parkour
we'll,
club.
No
we'll,
worries.
we'll hop into the actual part of the topic. Before the break, what were we talking about before the break?
Hardcore parkour.
We're not talking about hardcore parkour.
There is no hardcore parkour club.
We just brought up 2060,
2064. That's right.
2064.
Real only
Which
memories.
They were talking about Trump, and I feel like we can't talk politics without talking about it.
I mean, it's literal politics.
It is literal
it's
politics.
Gonna come up.
So we are going to go into this a little bit. I don't know about you guys. I'm going to try to keep a mostly factual slant on this.
No alternative facts or alternative facts?
Well, I mean, according to recent news. Beside the point,
Recent news like Fox or like CNN or what news?
I will show you this later. I'm not going to talk
The
about
Onion?
this on air. The Onion is a wonderful source. Wonderful source of comedy. But there's this really amusing game out there called Mr. President.
Oh, yeah, there is.
Nick,
I can tell where this is going, and I'm just
it's great.
I'm
So what this
excited and
is-
fearful at the same time.
so this was before like it was official that Trump was going to be our president. That's when it came out. The whole idea of it is you are his bodyguard, and he is constantly trying to be assassinated.
He's trying to be assassinated.
He's constantly people are constantly trying to assassinate him.
And they're trying to assassinate Ronald Rump.
Yeah, it's
Completely different.
Completely
fictional
different
character.
And there is this point where
Original character, do
Ronald
not steal.
Rump is down at the border, cutting the ribbon for a wall. The way they kill him, though, is they drop a gigantic taco on him.
Oh my gosh. I have not seen this.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's little
Yeah,
games
that
like
happens.
that popping up now. But one of the big things that I've been seeing, I don't know if you guys saw this, but it has to do with Trump's immigration ban. GDC, Game Developer Conference, got slammed because of this. A lot of people aren't able to make it to GDC now because of that. But one of the big things that happened, and I don't know if you guys saw this, I can show it to you guys over a break or something, but Insomniac made this video speaking out about it. Nick, you sound like
I've seen the video. It's
really cool. I like what they
it's
did.
a cool video. I respect that everybody. It seems that everybody who's working for Insomniac is on board with that.
Yeah, a lot of Insomniac's
On board with what?
What is
so
this video?
basically,
What is
okay,
the
I will
video?
show it to you guys. The video is basically Insomniac speaking out against the immigration ban.
Okay.
It's really cool though because it's their lead speaking, but everybody at Insomniac, every single person that works there is standing there crossed arms.
Yeah.
While this is going down. It was a really cool video. I recommend people go and see it. Okay. In fact, we're gonna take a quick break. Another break
Already?
so I can show you guys this video.
Share with class.
And then we'll talk about
Show
it.
and tell.
Yay! All right, everybody. So here is the quick, unimprovised, completely unplanned break. Here is the music from one of my favorite games. You get to guess it though, because I'm gonna make my guest guess which game it is. Enjoy. Play. All right, here we go. All right, we are back here on Pop Culture Paradise here on KBVR Corvallis. I feel like I should just do every time I come back in on that.
For sure.
You guys watch the video.
Yeah, we just watched it.
Initial thoughts, starting with Tyler. Go.
I really liked that video. The fact that it was like just no music, nothing, just everybody there, really serious face, serious tone.
Really set the tone, yeah.
Yeah, it just kind of one of those things. I was sitting there, I got goosebumps at one point where he's like, "Is this the American way?"
Yeah.
I just was like, "Wow."
Yeah, I thought it was very tastefully done. I thought, it's just, I think it puts it in a very clear perspective by showing the faces of people who are going to be affected by this. And it doesn't try to beat you over the head too much with any specific kind of politics. It's just very much like, this is wrong, and this is how we feel about it. And I thought that was really well done.
Jeez, why do you guys have to take all the stuff that I was going to say? No, you guys.
That's what you get for the middle chair. Yeah. Your own microphone comes with always being second.
That's what happens when you don't
second
have
at
to
best.
share.
You're decent at best.
Decent at best.
Swish.
No, I don't have anything to add.
You don't have anything to add to that? Well, first of all, brings me back to the 2076?
2064.
2064.
It's
the
complete opposite. You saw right where I was going with this.
So,
it's the exact opposite.
It's the exact opposite. And this is really how you should frame something like this. And one of the things that I really appreciated is there's no attacking of Trump himself. It's one specific policy, like you mentioned.
It's against the policy.
Exactly. And that's what
him.
you have to do to set yourself up as like the face of, look, we're trying to be accepting about this, but this policy is wrong. And especially because it's not attacking the supporters.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the big thing, is that they don't come out and say like, if you supported Trump, blah, blah, blah. It's,
blah, blah.
It's just this policy. That's what's important right now. That's what we're focusing on. We're not talking about President Trump. We're not talking about his supporters. This policy is what we want you to get across.
Yeah, because anything you say after, like, if you supported this person, you've lost all credibility for whatever statements you're about to say. And that's what I feel like 2067 did.
2064.
No, just keep calling it 2067.
Just keep saying the wrong year.
It doesn't matter.
Incremented by one each time.
So on 2068.
It's definitely nice to see stuff like this, especially after what just happened down at Berkeley.
Yeah.
You guys all know about that?
Yes.
Kinda. I know
I saw something,
it was
but I didn't.
Full-blown, like, they were protesting. Oh. No, it was full-blown riot. Like lighting stuff on fire, breaking cars.
Beating people up.
Wait, who was doing it to who?
Protesters against Trump down at Berkeley.
Okay.
Which Berkeley always just seems to be the center of that kind of stuff.
It's a political hotspot for that kind of thing.
But I mentioned GDC earlier, and I brought up
Game
the
Developers
article
Conference.
by Owen S. Good over at Polygon. There's an update in here. The Trump administration executive order on immigration has drawn a response from the Game Developers Conference, whose annual gathering of video game professionals from around the world is in a little less than a month. Donald Trump on Friday signed an order that, among other things, bars entries to the United States for the next 90 days to persons from 7 predominant Muslim nations: Iran, Iraq, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, Syria, and Yemen. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, blah. The IGDA told Polygon that of its 8,000 members, only 2 come from one of the 7 countries on the ban list. That being said, the issue isn't necessarily the effect on the specific countries, but on the general spread of xenophobia in the U.S. government, and how it certainly affects the U.S.'s ability to hire talent and remain globally competitive. Kate Edwards, the IGDA executive director, told Polygon. Late Saturday, a federal judge in Brooklyn, New York, blocked the administration from deporting newly arrived immigrants who were in transit when the order was issued. Blah, 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 blah. I'm kind of reading this for the first time. I have you muted for a reason. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I got nothing else on this. So yeah, that's what's happening. You guys are back online, by the way.
Okay.
Yay.
Oh, wait, there's another update.
I guess we're going back offline? No.
This is from the Entertainment Software Association. Basically, they're the people that work whenever there's a legal problem when it comes to gaming and specifics, or, well, it also with movies and TV shows. These are the people that come in.
Yeah.
But it's mostly games. The Entertainment Software Association, this is directly from them, urges the White House to exercise caution with regard to vital immigration and foreign worker programs. As a leading force in technology and exporter of entertainment, the U.S. video game industry thrives on the contributions of innovators and storytellers from around the world. While recognizing that enhancing national security and protecting our country's citizens are critical goals, our companies rely on the skilled talent of U.S. citizens, foreign nationals, and immigrants alike. Our nation's actions and words should support their participation in the American economy. That's what the ESA has to say about that. And frankly, I agree with them.
Yeah.
I mean, like they said in Insomniac video, we are a nation of immigrants.
Yeah.
And
that's a common phrase floating around right now.
Yeah. And
I mean, technically, we were founded on immigration, right?
The whole melting pot deal.
Alexander Hamilton, whole thing. He was an immigrant.
Yeah.
I just like that musical a lot.
That musical is great.
Let's not bring up that musical here.
Yeah.
Sorry,
You don't like it?
I have issues.
Okay.
Theater
I'm
drama.
not going to explain those on air, guys.
Griffin's got
No,
beef.
that's fine.
You're in
But-
doubt.
Yeah, it's just you look back and it's like how much have immigrants accomplished in the country to get us to where we are. It's like you can't just be like, oh no, their contribution isn't important. It's always been this group that did it, so
Right.
we're just gonna shut them out because we can still do it. And it's like, no, it doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
It definitely it seems to show a complete lack of understanding of how America works.
Yeah.
Of just how America became America in the
That's
first
how
place.
anywhere works, really. Because no place just has a stagnant group of people who have been there since the beginning of time. We've all moved from
We
somewhere.
got rid of them.
Maybe.
Kind of.
Oh no.
Yeah, that was a really
Since
bad
the
joke.
beginning of time.
No, that was a bad joke. I take that back. Basically, though, what I see with this is kind of back to what we talked about earlier with stories. If you get a bunch of stories from the same people thinking the same thing, you don't get interesting stories.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
When you have multiple people coming from many different places, from many different backgrounds.
You have so many perspectives.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is one of my big things. Is at my heart, I consider myself a storyteller.
Don't we all?
I'm not going to be able to tell the same story as Nick or Tyler or anybody in this room, anybody in this building, anybody on this campus. Everyone has their own different story, and I think it's cool to see it, especially from different perspectives, like Iran and Libya and all the other 5 countries.
Right. And the farther away you get from your own perspective, the more you can add to that conversation. And that's critical to anything we do.
Yeah, that is my whole reasoning for wanting to see the world.
Yeah.
Is to experience all of those different cultures. I'm also bringing up more notes, so stall for me.
Yeah, I think that's anyone's reason for wanting to see the world, is to experience something that they haven't and that they'll be able to share with people who haven't.
Yeah, and I think games are a great way to do that.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
At least as far as media is concerned, and this is another topic for another day, games relate most, in my mind, to books. Because they're longer form. They can do what TV and movies can't. Because you get to control what you're seeing. Books, I mean, you guys can just look at the internet and you can see that books come from all over. Video games are just the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, and as time goes on, I think we're going to start to see more and more video games start to come from more and more different places because people are able to go, well, hey, I have the know-how and I have the means, kind of, and it's not great, but I can make something. And they'll make a game and it might become, I don't know, something great. Because it shows that different perspective.
Well, I mean, CD Projekt Red is from Poland.
Yeah.
No one had heard of them before Witcher 3.
And we had that big lift recently from China, allowing them to make all sorts of games, and they're starting to put out some really good stuff.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what comes from that.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
And then, I mean, that's basically the foundation of the entire indie scene is just people who have a passion about something and want to share it. And that's the foundation of it. And that could be about their lives or about their experiences, which is why we have so many games that are indie and they build upon these ideas. I mean, like some of the stuff that we mentioned earlier, Gone Home and guess Firewatch and some of the other stuff that could have been based off experiences or a story or about a friend, and just expanded out into something that's super immersive.
Right. And something to take away from that is those came from indie developers, and you kind of have to wonder why. Is it because people are afraid to express like those different perspectives and go so far off the rail from that you can't traverse that territory?
Well, I think a little bit might also be just kind of like getting the people to kind of experience and to feel kind of how they felt at that time. If we are going from the perspective of it's a person recounting their own experiences regarding something, and just being a bystander to it and watching everything unfold, or being an actual like integral part of the story, being the one who makes those decisions, and that's just amazing to see all this complexity and variety and uniqueness come out of it.
Mm-hmm. Something you can only have from video games.
Video games.
Well, I mean, like, I'm going to bring this into another medium quickly because it's transition.
It's all good.
You guys know I'm a huge comic fan.
Yes.
I don't think there's any way I could hide that. But comics do this in a very good way. If you look at, well, frankly, look at some of the older Marvel comics. Look at Captain America in his recent times, or Civil War, for instance. Like, it always comes back to these ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah. X-Men.
Oh, the X-Men is absolutely
perfect. I mean, is the allegory for social unrest. I mean, it's the perfect.
The whole idea of the mutant crisis. The fact that they're calling it the mutant crisis.
Yeah, the fact that they try to put these group of people who might, be completely innocent and have no desire to harm others into a box because of fear that's just right now.
Yeah, trying to control what they don't understand is like, this isn't the norm for me. So instead of trying to let it do its thing because it's not affecting me, I'm going to try to impose my will on them and make them bend to me so that I can live my way normally still.
Right.
And this isn't just an American thing as well. I mean,
no, this is a worldwide.
Yeah. Like absolutely. I was gonna make reference to anime and manga, and Griffin just died a little inside.
Oh no, we're doing it. We're bringing that here,
guys. I have 7 minutes left of this show. Don't go too long.
I was gonna reference like My Hero Academia, and while a lot of it is people striving to become heroes, there is the people that aren't able to be heroes, and they kind of get corrupted, or they find other ways to help out. I don't know if anyone has seen Tyler has seen it.
I haven't had the pleasure. No.
It's Griffin's seen it.
Griffin's seen it.
It's so good.
There was a time.
It's so good.
Hey, I'm not trash anymore. That's Alex. It's all Alex. I think that wraps up the conversation.
Oh, wow. Oh, okay.
Alex is trash. I'm shutting down anime.
Wow.
Shutting down anime. Good luck with that.
Yeah, I am taking over. I'm shutting down anime
Call up
forever.
Japan. You guys can't do this anymore. Stop it.
I feel like everyone at Split Screen would be very upset at me.
Yes, everyone would.
Very many people.
No, any final thoughts for you guys?
No. I think we said everything that we kind of wanted to.
Yeah, I said my piece on the matter. It's nice to be able to talk about politics and video games. This isn't something that would come out in like a normal conversation.
I know, like this is why I like bringing up this topic. A lot of people, when they think video games, do not think politics. They do not think stories that matter.
Yeah,
and
that was one of the first things I thought.
Really upsets me.
Well, when you said politics and video games, it was like political systems or things that kind of mirror it. And it was like Metal Gear, I guess, dealt with politics.
Oh my God! Metal Gear. I completely forgot about that.
But I mean, as far as the social aspect of politics and how that plays into it, that's a interesting topic that more people should talk about.
Unpopular opinion: I've never played a Metal Gear game.
Honestly, I don't get. That's not an unpopular thing.
Yeah, that's not.
Metal Gear is very much a cult following.
Yeah,
it really is.
It's a really like difficult game to just pop into.
No, if I didn't have somebody like walking me through it and like, okay, play the games. Here are the things that you can't know about right now.
Yeah, I played Metal Gear 1 without a walkthrough.
I mean, it wasn't like a walkthrough, but it was
was-
just somebody there.
No,
who
like
was
no one
yeah.
helped me with it. I beat it on my own.
Nice.
Was it more?
Props to you,
Was
sir.
it more of a stumble through than a walkthrough or a playthrough?
Yeah, it would have had to be.
It was definitely a stumble through. I really felt like I was in the box the entire
Struggle through.
Like you were in a box.
Wait
What's
for
in the
it.
box?
Wait for it. Nope. Snake
No.
spends like half his time in a cardboard
Yeah,
box.
well, no, we
okay.
got it.
I don't think Jared got it.
I was totally out of it. I was like,
Oh,
what
I
box?
got it. I just was not going
What's
to
in the
acknowledge that.
box? I didn't get the joke initially either.
Yeah.
We're putting Alex in the box. And we're keeping him in the box.
That's a big
Guys,
box.
And then we're going to
guys,
throw away the box because Alex is trash.
No. We'll put them in a box. I'll put that box in a bigger box.
And then put that box in a vault.
That sounds like a
No, then we'll mail it to ourselves.
That sounds like something that a villain would do in Metal Gear, like something so absurd and ridiculous.
You like boxes so much. Why don't you spend all your time in them?
This is how we're ending the show. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Follow me on Twitter for all possible things you need to know about the show. I throw up everything about the show. I will put up the backlog on Saturday. Maybe it kind of just depends if I want to do it or not. Guys, anything to plug?
Second verse, no worse. DJ Mantooth, that's me every Wednesday, 3 to 4.
Tyler?
Just follow OSU Split Screen on social media at OSU Split Screen on Twitter and Instagram. It's the same thing.
Yeah, check out OSU Split Screen as well. Also, totally check out OSU Anime Club. I'm going to plug the thing that I work for. And Jared?
Watch The Challenger, Mondays at 6 p.m.
The only Challenger plug.
I forgot to do it. Sorry.
I'll bring it this time.
You're a host.
Yeah, when you have the host,
Don't
the
fire
producer,
me, Jared.
and people that work on the show. It's one plug for that show. So, yeah, thank you all
okay.
for tuning in. And until next time, keep on keeping on. Be you and play more games. Thank you, everybody, for watching. And until next time, goodbye.
Bonsoir.
Hey, everybody, I didn't leave quite yet. All of my guests have left, though. They all have lives. I don't. I have a quote here. I forgot to read it earlier, but I did feel like it was important to say. This is from Once Upon a Time, back on Stan's soapbox. One of my personal heroes, Stan Lee, wrote this. From time to time, we receive letters from readers who wonder why there's so much moralizing in our mags. They take great pains to point out that comics are supposed to be escapist reading and nothing more. But somehow, I can't see it that way. It seems to me that a story without a message, however subliminal, is like a man without a soul. In fact, even the most escapist literature of all, old-time fairy tales and heroic legends, contain moral and philosophical points of view. At every college campus where I may speak, there are much discussion of war and peace, civil rights, and the so-called youth rebellion. as there is of our Marvel Max, per se. None of us lives in a vacuum. None of us is untouched by the everyday events about us. Events which shape our stories just as they shape our lives. Sure, our tales can be called escapist, but just because some things are fun doesn't mean we have to blanket our brains while we read it. With that, I'm signing off. Everybody, have a great weekend.